I felt like this past year was a year of regrets for me. Hi everybody! Welcome to my channel. So for today's video, I wanted to talk about why I moved back in with my parents in my 30s. It's not exactly where I envisioned myself in my 30s, but did I learn a lot? Yes, I did. So we're going to talk about why I moved back in with my parents, the challenges, and everything I learned from this whole process. So let's get started. So to give you a little context on the backstory before I moved back in with my parents, I was living with my sister. We were both living in an apartment, and that's how it was for about 5 years. I'm self-employed. And yeah, it was a good 5 years of living that type of lifestyle. Why did I return back home? So the reason I moved back home was because one day I received a call from my mom and my dad had had a stroke. So I just dropped everything and came back home, and I decided to stay in order to help my mom take care of him. But yeah, that's why I came back. And as for the challenges of being back home and caretaking, well, at first I was really optimistic about the whole situation, about life. Yeah, I knew unfortunate events happen in life, and I've always been able to just push through, do the right things. I always had the mindset that everything would be okay. Like, that's just how my life has always turned out to be. And it was so ingrained in my mind that I couldn't be pessimistic. I didn't see it, the negative outcome of what would happen. So at first I was just very optimistic about the whole thing. But yeah, as now that a year's passed, I would say the optimism has waned, maybe even gone quite a bit, to be honest. And yeah, that's where I am now. It's like I've tried so many things. And at this point, I've learned that sometimes in life, things just don't go the way you planned it to, the way you thought it would go. And yeah, now I'm just like in a state where I just have to let it go, let things go, which is really tough. But I think I've had a year to like figure things out, and I don't know if I have figured it out yet, but yeah, at this point I'm just taking it day by day and seeing how life turns out. But yeah, quite frankly, I would say I've been quite lost these days. Kind of feels like I'm moving in the dark, but not really. Like, most days are about the same, but it's just like you don't know when things are gonna crumble away. But just kind of have to take it day by day and see how life unfolds. And yeah, I guess I try to control everything in the past. Like, I thought I had a good grip on things, but sometimes life can teach us that not everything is meant to go the way we want it to. And that's why we can't really take any moment for granted, any person for granted. Yeah. That's what I've come to realize. This is what I learned through this whole experience. I felt like this past year was a year of regrets for me. I regretted a lot of decisions, or wondered, like, what if I made a different decision at that time? Would things have ended up differently? And I battled with that for a really long time, until I came to the realization that in the grand scheme of things, I didn't regret going back home and staying home to take care of my dad and being able to spend whatever time we had together. So at least in the big picture, that regret wasn't there. But it's more of like the little regrets. But when I zoomed out a bit, I realized, I did everything the best I could at that time with the information I had and the person I was. So yeah, like I'm still gonna regret some things, but it's just learning to but it's just learning how to live life the best you can with the regrets you might have, I guess. Essentially, just being there is enough. You can't know everything. No one knows the future. So sometimes all you can do is just be present with them, be with them. Yeah. Especially during the tough times. Sometimes it can be hard to be there during the tough times, but I believe when someone is able to do that, to be there no matter what, I believe the universe has a gift waiting for those types of people. Because not everything in life is rainbows and sunshine. Like, there's going to be tough times in life, and the people who endure during those tough times, they're gonna be with you forever, I think. And another thing I learned is I have to continue taking care of myself. At first, I let a lot of it go. Well, you can't take care of others if you're constantly drained of energy and can barely take care of yourself. So I learned to give myself time. I've been learning to prioritize my health and well-being more these days. And yeah, going back to old habits like trying to eat healthy, exercising, taking time to go shopping, watch TV shows, relax. Relaxing is really important, even though it feels brings some guilt. Like, oh, I'm taking time for myself. Really, I shouldn't. But it's really okay. In fact, it's much needed. Like, I could tell by springtime, my acne had been coming back up to the surface, and that was like my wake-up call that I needed to eat better, exercise better. So yeah, taking care of yourself is very important. And don't forget that. I've also gotten back into journaling, hobbies. I'm connecting with others, and I've also done a lot of decluttering. I think when you're at home, it's easy to see like all the past memories, everything that you had when you were a child right back here, and it's just better to let it go and make room for new things in your life, because essentially you are a different person from who you were as a child. I would say I'm practically a whole different person from when I was a child. Like, I would probably be a bit unrecognizable to my childhood self if they saw me now. So yeah. And one of the most important lessons I probably learned from this period of my life was that in healing my dad, I realized I needed to heal myself too. Because something I realized recently was that both my grandfathers from my mom's side and my dad's side both succumbed to illness in a very similar way. And I see this pattern happening again with my dad. And I realized, like, it's not just genetics. I had always assumed it was genetics, but seeing how the symptoms are so similar, I can't believe it's just genetics anymore. I realized that there was a lot of generational healing that had to be done within myself and within the family. So yeah, that's what I've been doing these days. I'll probably talk more into depth about everything I learned in a later video. But yeah, I realized going back home wasn't me moving backwards in life or getting left behind or anything like that. It was more about I was a different person and I needed to go back to my roots to recognize and see things I couldn't see when I was a child, so that I could heal parts of myself I couldn't heal back then and stop generational wounds from perpetuating in the future. But yeah, that was probably the biggest thing I had to learn from going back home. But yeah, that's why I've been back home. And for anyone else living with their parents as an adult, just wanted to say you're not alone. I personally love living back at home with my parents, especially during this time. Like, you don't get to be with your parents forever, so it's good to spend whatever time you can with them and just cherish those moments and take each day slowly, is what I think. And yeah, for anyone else, like taking care of their parents or who are facing the decision of maybe taking care of their parents or not, no matter what you decide to choose or what path you are on, just know that you are living life perfectly and you will always make the best choice for you, whatever choice that is. Because it's a really difficult decision. Not everyone can do it. It can be a very scary path, a very tough path even. But yeah, just trust in yourself and know that you will make the right decision for you. Let me know in the comment section if you are living with your parents too, and why. What have you learned from this journey? I would love to know. And yeah, I think that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.